Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's session of AI that works for you, academic excellence. Thank you so much for being here. Before we begin, I want you to note something very simple. Every person here came with a different goal. Some want better grades, some want to stop struggling with assignments, some want to study smarter, and honestly, some came here because a friend dragged them here. Whatever brought you here, it's fine. Let me introduce myself properly. My name is Peace Kingsley, and I'm a part of the team at Tiva Creative. And if you haven't heard of Tiva Creative before today, don't worry, you will. We help people and businesses move from simply having potential to actually doing something meaningful with it. And today we are bringing that same energy into this room. We often envy students who submit early, understand difficult courses, whose presentation are always excellent, those who have time for school, work life, and even still sleep at night. And sometimes we look at them and we ask ourselves, what do they know that I don't? In my own case, I always ask, are we even in the same class? Well, today we are about to find out. So do not worry. But I really don't want us to be spectators, be curious, and most importantly, participate in today's session. Don't leave here with just notes because knowledge that stays in your notepad is only information. Only knowledge that changes what you do is power. So, on behalf of Tiva Creative, I welcome you all to today's session. Get comfortable, stay curious, and participate. Yeah, a few things I would like us to note. So, we are going to have a very smooth session today. Please be present. Do not be afraid to ask questions. And if you're thinking, this is a silly question, ask it anyway. You never know. Keep your microphone muted unless you are allowed to speak. This is to reduce background noise. Feel free to use the chat as well. You can drop your questions so you will not forget when the time comes. And also kindly stay to the end of the session so you won't miss anything. So it's time to hear from another member of the team. She would introduce our wonderful speaker to us briefly. And I think it's very important to us to, I think it's important to let us know that our speaker for today is she was a student and she's still a student because she's always learning. And she's also a parent. So if you are a student or you are a parent, just know that you are in safe hands. Thank you very much. So, PM Okoyemi, kindly introduce our wonderful speaker to us.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Okoyemi. So today we'll be having a session on academic excellence. So artificial intelligence is transforming the way we learn, the way we research, the way we write, the way we analyze information, and the way we solve academic problems. However, the real value of AI goes beyond simply using new tools. It lies in knowing how to use them effectively, responsibly, and ethically. So today's session focuses on the practical application of AI in academic work. Our goal is to help you understand how AI can become a valuable academic partner, supporting you in areas such as research, literature reviews, academic writing, data analysis, critical thinking, and learning. And we are confident that by the end of this session, you will have practical knowledge, strategies, and tools that you can begin applying immediately to enhance your academic performance and achieve greater excellence. It's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Theodora Isho. Theodora is a co-founder and principal consultant at Tiva Creative Solutions Limited, a business transformation consulting firm. She has trained 3,000 plus professionals across Nigeria and Africa on operations, product strategy, and digital transformation. For the second half 2026 AI program, she designed the Tiva AI Execution Framework, a practical system that moves organizations from we know AI exists to here is what AI delivered for us this quarter. The framework guides teams through 4 stages: target, where we identify high impact use cases; integrate, where we embed into workflows; validate, where you prove return on investment; and accelerate, where we scale and measure. Our sessions are built for busy professionals. No theory heavy lifting, no hype. You walk out with decision frameworks, playbooks your team can execute on Monday morning, and clarity on where AI actually moves your business forward. Please join me to welcome Theodora Ishela. We fondly call her Coach DT as she takes us through today's session. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, team. Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing. I love my team. So welcome to today's session. If you are just meeting us for the first time, we want to appreciate you for spending Saturday with us. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So my team has done the introduction. So I think it's best we get right into the business of the day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen and we kick off right away. Welcome. This is AI for Academic Excellence. The goal for us today is to help you study smarter, research faster, and learn for life. Now, this session, training, program, whatever you choose to call it, we have designed it for students, graduates, postgraduates, and lifelong learners. I'm a lifelong learner, okay? So I think that everyone who comes in contact with this session, whether you're joining us live or catching the recording, I am so sure you're going to learn. Okay, my team has introduced us, but I just wanted to let you know what we do at Tiva Creative. We're a digital and business transformation consulting company. In addition to what we do for SMEs and organizations, we are helping professionals, students, organizations build the practical capabilities for the future of work and learning. So we do monthly AI training for students, job seekers, and professionals. We have our certificate programs for organizations, and we also have books, courses, and tools that make AI practical. This is what participants said from our last session. Okay, and I just thought that it would be awesome for you to see what our participants said. This is a screenshot from our last session to actually see that your time here is going to be valuable. So have something in mind that you want to gain out of this session so that when we are done, you can check and see that you really got it. Let's get right into it. AI is a tool. It is not a cheat. Use it wisely. This is a principle behind everything that we do today. There is no hiding this again, that students are using AI, professionals are using AI, okay, teams are using AI, artificial intelligence. Now, it is a tool. A tool is, something that helps you get results faster. So it is not a cheat. The problem with, a tool is when you do not know how to use it well, or when you're using it for what you are not meant to use it for. Typical example, we can say that a cutlass is a tool that farmers use. Every profession, every work that we do, even in school, you use a tool. Okay, your pen is actually a tool. Now, there are things that people use tools for that they are not supposed to use it for. But if you know the right way to use a tool, you would use it well. And that's why our session is to help you know the best way to use your tool, the AI tool, so you don't have something good and you don't know how to leverage it. So you don't also have something good and you're using it wrongly. What we'll cover today, we'll do the AI reality check. What AI is, what it is not, why it matters for your learning. Then we'll talk about your study toolkit. Study toolkit, ChatGPT, Google, Notebook, LM, and Grammarly. We'll look at it live. Then we'll have a live practice. Then we'll talk about academic integrity and the habits of honest scholars. And you'll have your Q&A session, and of course, the next step. So what AI actually is and what it is not. For us as students, postgraduates, professionals, AI is a study partner that explains anything. A study partner that is able to break down even the complex of terms for you. AI is a research accelerator. Research is so important in studying, in academics. You cannot, yes, you have your ideas, but there are millions of people who have gone before you. So you use AI for research, to accelerate your research, so you can have a robust, information about a topic. AI is a writing coach and an editor. And of course, it's a practice question generator. You use AI before the exam, not during the exam. Now, what AI is not, it is not a replacement for your thinking. This is so important because I see the way some people use it. Before they see anything, before they even respond to anything, they go to AI. It is not a replacement for your thinking. It means you still need to think as an individual. AI is not a guaranteed source of truth. It means that it will lie, it will hallucinate. But if you do not have your own intelligence, you will not know when it's lying to you. AI is not a shortcut past understanding. It's not a shortcut for you to say, I don't need to have deep knowledge or understand this topic. AI can just tell me. AI is not for that. AI is not the one writing your exam. It is you. It's important that we know what AI is and what it isn't in the context to which we are using it. Your study toolkit. Remember, we say AI can be your study partner. So let's look at 3 tools that you can use. When you're studying, you want to have a workflow. Every time you hear about workflow, always think of, oh, okay, this is where we start. This is what happens in the process, and this is where we stop. Okay? So your workflow can include 3, 5, 7, 10 things. But the thing with technology is when we optimize workflow, we want to reduce the time it takes us to reach our endpoints. Remember, there is a start and there is where it stops. So the 3 tools that we're going to look at is 1, popular ChatGPT. Now here, you can use ChatGPT as your thinking partner, not for your thinking. Remember, they're not the same thing. You have a thinking partner. It means you're thinking, you are having a conversation. So the person is not doing the thinking for you. Here, ChatGPT can explain hard topics. You see a term you don't understand. You have a topic that you really need to understand, some of the words, some of the, conversations that have happened. So it helps you to explain hard topics. You can brainstorm essays. You can generate practice questions. Next tool, Google Notebook LM. Now this you can use as your research brain. You can upload notes and PDF, ask questions across them, get study guides, and of course, audio summaries. This is how you can use it as your research brain. And the third tool we're looking at today is Grammarly. I think someone asked to say, what was the first tool that you used, the first AI tool? For me, it's Grammarly. Now, when I discovered Grammarly few years ago, it's been a while. I mean, we use it to check for, grammatical error. You know how you think you've written something really neat, but you realize that you missed a comma. You've used terms that that duplicate your words. So Grammarly can be your writing coach. It helps you to polish your grammar, check your tone, and it keeps your writing clear and academic. This is something that I want to clarify. A lot of people depend on one tool for everything. That's not how life works. It's not how life works. Think about any tool around you right now. You can't use it for everything. Same thing with your AI tools. So don't think that, ChatGPT can just do everything for me. It may do everything for you. It's not in quotes, but it will not give you the best outcome that you need. Now, we will demo each one live today. So you see how you can use each of these tools to do your work, to study. Our method. This is actually what makes AI work for you. I give a bit of, background. Everybody's talking about AI. AI this, AI that, AI this. And of course, I'm sure you have even used it. I'm sure there's nobody here that does not have an account with ChatGPT or another AI tool. It becomes even easier. Because once you have an Android device or an iOS device, you can have access to many of these tools. What do? You sign up with Google. Once you click that sign up with Google, boom, you are in. So you don't need to start to put your name, first name, last name, email, password. No. You just have direct access. So you probably already have, an AI tool that you use. But this is what makes AI work for you. And we'll look at it. First, you start with a brief. Your brief tells AI the task, the subject, your level, and what a good answer looks like. We're going to practice this. We'll practice this. So you start with a brief. Your brief, it helps to let AI know that this is what I want to achieve. This is the subject I'm looking at. This is my level. And of course, what a good answer looks like. Why is this so important that you learn about using AI for your study? Because in quote, a term, a semester is short. It's so short that you cannot learn everything at once, or you cannot wait till exam period before you start, So you need to be able to learn as you go on. So by the time you get to exam period, you already know the concepts. You already understand the terminologies. You already understand the process based on your curriculum. So you draft a brief. You have your brief first. Now, when you have your brief, you put it on your chat, your AI tool. The next thing is draft. Allow it produce the first version fast. Produce the first version fast, the raw material. This is not the final answer. If you run away, you just put it and give an answer, you have moved on. You are not using AI well. You are only using the crumbs out of it. So when you have your draft, the next thing you want to do is refine it. You push back. Remember, machines, software have been built to mimic human intelligence, not to replace it. So if you are not doing this, you've just limited yourself to someone taking the crumbs. You are not also adding value. Now, in school, they say that, we want to add to the body of knowledge. To add to body of knowledge, it means that you have something that you too can give to improve how every other person can learn. But if you just cut away with the crumbs, you are not adding value. One of the things that drives me when I train is this. I think we can do better than just being users. There are people who build. There are people who improve, refine. But there are people who only use. Don't be a user only. And this is your own opportunity to not just run away. You just say, AI, and what is this topic? And it gives you, and you are out the window. No, you help to refine it. You push back. Ask it to simplify. Ask it to go deeper. Ask it to explain it. Or test you on it. Let it test you on it. That way you are refining your results. You are also improving the system. And the fourth is you verify. Check the facts. Should we have said it? AI can lie. Check the facts. Confirm you understand it. Own your work. It means that by the time you are done, if they see your output anywhere, someone should not only learn from it, but if they find someone that they think is an expert, your own should not be any less than what the person will deliver. So remember, brief, draft, refine, verify on every assignment, every study session, every research task. That way, you are not only copying and pasting, you are not cheating, you are improving your knowledge and also building yourself enough to add to the body of knowledge. Now, we're going to get hands-on. Why I like this part of the session is that you would start to do it yourself, except you don't want to. Because everything I've said, you can go to YouTube and find it. Everything I've said, someone else can say it. But when you try something yourself, you carry your knowledge with you. You now go back in having something that you can reproduce. Okay? So your turn. You're going to pick one piece of schoolwork. We'll finish it together live. We'll use the loop. Remember our loop? Our loop: brief, draft, refine, and verify. So first, the assignment, an essay or an assignment you are stuck on. Okay. Or it could be the exam preparation. You have a topic you need to understand before a test or an exam. And 3, you want to do a research, you have a project or research question that you are exploring. Let's get started. So you're going to type, if you're doing number 1, you type 1. If you're doing number 2, you type 2. If you're doing number 3, you type 3 in the chat. Okay. So let's do this. Yeah, I see that. An assignment. Hi, Hamza. Oh, so good to have you here. Number 2, thank you. Let's do this. I see another 2. Where are our students? Where are our students? I know it's holiday period though, but by the time you finish this session, when you carry your device, your tab, a phone, a laptop, you actually use AI better now. Not like everybody else. They're gonna know. They're gonna know that you have now gone for a training. Awesome. So I see the comments in the chat. Let me know the one you're doing. Then we'll get right to it. Not to assume that everyone has and say ChatGPT. So please go to your browser. If you're using your phone, either you use Chrome or Safari, go to your browser and search for ChatGPT. The fastest way to sign up is sign up using Google. Once you do that, you are in. So let's get started. Welcome, whether you are in senior secondary school, in university, doing your master's, or you simply do not want to ever stop learning. You're in the right place. So in the next 30 minutes, you will use AI on your own real schoolwork or projects, and we'll do it together. Remember this testimony I showed you? Something similar we did during this session. And you can see someone says, I learned how to properly refine questions in order to reduce time wastage. So by the end of today, you'll know exactly what that means. We also have a question here. Someone asks to say, why is it that when, or the question says, how is it possible that two different people using the same brief get different responses? Does it mean that the same prompt can give me a different response depending on the time of the day? We're going to look at that. We're going to look at that. So let's start by creating a brief. Let's start doing that now. So you're going to fill in all 5 lines. The first, you type, I need help with. You talk about the assignment, the topic, or the question. My level is, whether you're in senior secondary school, 200 level, you're doing your master's, all this, and the subjects. You're going to talk about what you already know. So it's not starting with just anything. What I already know about that topic, about that question is this. Tell it what a good result look like. Explain simply. It should explain it simply for you. It should test you. It should create an outline. Then what I must do myself, the thinking, the writing, so you let it know. I'm going to do the thinking. I'm going to do the writing. So fill in all of these lines. So let's get started. I'm going to type mine too. I hope you're typing. I need help with. Let's see. I'm going to put this, choosing I'm going to put with choosing a topic. I need help with choosing a topic on, I'm trying to use something very simple because I have something in mind. And you can use voice too. You can use voice. I see younger people using voice, but some of us are a bit old school, so we like to type. So feel free to use voice. So you can start voice, just like you can see here, and use voice. We're doing this together, so please ensure that you are doing yours. Okay, I need help with understanding how different age groups can learn about AI. I need help with choosing, I need help with understanding how different age groups can learn about AI. So that is my topic. Now, my level is, you can continue. My level is, I would say, trainer, helping individuals, teams, and organizations learn AI for productivity. What do I already know? I already know that one, just because people know about AI doesn't mean they have built the capability for it. Okay, 2, practical use of tools like AI can help people become more productive. Okay. Then the next, a good result for this, is a checklist. Let me do this, a checklist for individuals who attend my training. Okay. I do the thinking. I want to make it relatable and easy to check off. So I've written my brief. Now let me even tell you. You see that third tool I said we look at, Grammarly? You can see it's already flagging off because I already have it installed in my Chrome as an extension. I already have it installed, so it's already flagging everything. You can see that all of these lines you see, this is Grammarly trying to tell me, hey, check, there's a punctuation problem. You can see this is the correct article usage. I don't need width here. So this is the Grammarly, the third tool I said will help for correct tenses. That's already showing us how that works here. So I'm just going to use it. to correct what I have here. My level is a trainer, okay? Helping. And let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Remember we say drafts. You draft, you refine, are we together?
Yes, coach.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. So we draft, we have a brief, we draft, we refine, then we verify. So I've written my brief now. This is my brief, and I'm going to drop it here. I want to continue here. Let's see what it gives us. It says, yes, I'll make this less about age group and more about different starting points. Age can affect confidence and familiarity, but the real question is, can this person actually use AI to improve their work? And it's giving me the first draft for it. Remember what I asked it to do? A checklist. A checklist. Now, this is something that we say, this is the first draft. I'm going to read through, push back a little bit, ask it to adjust a few things before it gives me the final output. So it's giving me, before I leave this training, can I say yes to this thing? Okay. Now, it says before I leave this training, can I say yes to this thing? So what I want is, I want to give this to you after this training. So instead of saying before I leave this training, can I say yes to this? I'm pushing back to say, I want to give this checklist after to participants who attend the training. So it serves as a resource for continued learning, as a resource for personal assessment on their learning. Personal assessments of their learning. Grammarly is doing the thing. Serves for personal assessment of their learning. Okay. I'm also going to check, can I take one task from my actual job and explain clearly to AI what I want it to do? Can I use AI for my actual work? Can I save myself some time? Can I see how AI can help my organization? And then my action plan, the tasks I will use AI for, the AI tool I will try, when I will try it. And then there's a 7-day challenge. Don't attend the training, collect notes, and forget everything by Monday. My 7-day AI challenge, within the next 7 days, I will use AI for one retask. And then the real measure, don't ask, did I attend an AI training? Ask, what am I now able to do that I couldn't do before? Okay. Now, also, I want it to make the questions simpler. Make the questions simpler. Okay. To make the questions simpler. I also agree with, remember he said here, to say I shouldn't make it about age group. I should have different starting points. Okay. And it's giving me different starting point. I understand AI. I can talk to AI properly. I can use AI for my actual work. I can save myself some time. I can see how AI helps my organization. I know how to use AI responsibly. Yes. So I like the different points. I say I like the different points instead of age group. Instead of age groups. However, make the they are not questions. Make the, let's see. Okay, I'll just make the questions simpler. And we go again. We go again. So it's now my learning checklist. It allows you to check, I understand AI. I can give AI good instruction. I can use AI for my work. I can save time with AI. I can use AI to work responsibly. I can see opportunities for my team and ask you to write all of these. Then your next step. So we have pushed back and it has given us another output. Now, the next thing you want to do is, how do you want this presented? And you can just keep going from there. Okay, let's go on. I hope everyone is doing this. I hope everyone is doing this. So who wants to show us what they worked on? Who wants to show us what they've done? If you've done this, I want to see your comment in the chat. I want to see your comment in the chat. I'm sure if you've done this, you'll notice that you are not just getting the results, you are using AI as your partner. So I'm looking for someone who asks AI to say, test me on this. So if you use a term like, oh, test me on this topic, I want to understand this topic. And then while you are refining, you ask it to test you on it. If you did that, do you notice how it become your partner? It helps you to learn instead of just giving you an output. Do I see any chat yet? Oh, thank you for your response. Okay. Awesome. So I see the chat telling AI to test me on it. Just in case you missed this, so you should have added a topic, a question, or an assignment, tell it your level, one or two things about what you already understand. So it's building on what you've given it, not just giving you something randomly. Then tell it what a good result look like. Do you want it to simplify it, to explain it to you, to test you, to outline? Then what you must do for yourself. So you guide it on the kind of results that you want. When you're refining, you tell it to explain it more simply, like I'm hearing it for the first time. You can say this, explain it more simply like I'm hearing it for the first time. Then ask me 3 questions to test if I really understand it. I want to see everyone doing this. Oh, sorry to hear that. So someone in chat say I sent the prompt, but network kicked me out at some point, so I couldn't get the follow-up prompt. I see that you did not log into an account. If you don't log into an account, it's not able to save your previous chats. Remember, if you want it, that works. For you very young people using ChatGPT, you will likely not be able to create an account, and I really do not encourage it, except you have a parent or someone supervising you. But if you have your own device, if you have access to a device, you should be able to create an account that you can use. That way you come back to it and continue from where you stop. Remember, step 3, refine. Step 4, verify. In verifying, you ask, are the facts actually correct? Can I explain this without looking? Is the final work truly mine? A topic that I am so interested in, that I think that if I don't pursue well, I would like to pursue a PhD in 2 different areas. But one topic that I'm so interested in is computational physiology. So for that, for example, I tell it to, I'll draft to say, help me, I need help with, understanding this topic, or what study areas can I explore for the topic computational physiology. For PhD level. I put it there. I already know that I need a foundation I'll just put it, say, data computation and physiological systems. I put that. Then I tell it to explain simply the topics. Okay, explain simply the topics and allow me to do the work so that I can own it. Okay. We're doing this, we're learning. Okay, I see a question. At what point in the for loop process should human judgment become mandatory rather than optional? If we look at this plainly, it should be at the point where you are not using it at all. Really, it should be at the point when you choose not to use AI at all. Okay, because I don't think it can make human knowledge judgment mandatory because this is a tool. It's a tool. For someone, when you're having a conversation with someone, you are basically there and you can relate to the person. You don't have something to leverage on. Then it becomes fine. But when you're working with a tool, then I don't think the point where your own human judgment becomes mandatory is when you are not using the tool at all. So for each of these, the loop, for each step in the loop, you have to know exactly what you're looking to achieve so that if it gives you something that does not align with what you want to achieve, you push back. I hope you got that clearly. I thought to just respond to that quickly. I want to go again. Let me go again for my very interesting topic. Okay, but to do that, I would find a resource. I'll do this. I'll find one resource. Just a minute, please. So my topic, I need help. If you haven't done this, do it. That's the essence of why we're here. Don't just listen. And if you keep telling yourself, oh, I'm going to come back to this recording, you have plenty things that you go and do after that. So do it now. Log into ChatGPT, open up and start typing. I need help with, I put this computational physiology. That's the subject. I will need help with understanding or kicking off a research. Yes, a research in computational physiology for my PhD studies. So the next thing we say is, oh, I've already written it to say the level. That's the level. What I already know, I know that, oh, in fact, let me change what I know. What I know that it's not a direct program in most universities. What I mean is you would typically need to take a program and then you would narrow your research. Yes. I also know that it will require narrowing my research based on my interests. Based on my interests. So explain simply the topics that I need to really understand. Okay, share links for video resources. This is what will take us to Gemini Notebook. Okay. See, this Grammarly is doing over Sabi before we reach there, but this is what it does. You can see that it's helping to just refine all of the terms that I've written. Okay, I'm already using, okay, all right. Share links for resources and allow me to do the work through a plan that we will come up together. So that I can own it. Yes. Let's go. Okay. So it says, I think the best way to approach is not by trying to find, but by building an identity, okay. It has some background anyway from my previous study. So it's telling me what it is, the big picture, and then one of the things that I want to pick out is, remember I'm supposed to push back. It's also giving me different phases that I can follow and video resources. Okay. So let me push back. Remember, we're pushing back. Explain it more simply. explain it more simply, like I'm hearing it for the first time, then ask me 3 questions to test if I really understand it. Okay. I should have typed this, but let me just drop it there. So I'm doing this, explain it more simply, like I'm hearing it for the first time. And it goes again. I'm supposed to read all of this. Okay. Then the next thing I have here is say, are the facts correct? Can I explain it without looking? Is the final work truly mine? Verify, ask yourself. This is you. This is you. Okay. Where you go and cross-check to see that everything works. Now, I think that at this point, based on the question asked, you can choose, like I said, you choose. Because I know that it's still tempting to say, please confirm that all of the facts here are correct. You still take it back to chat. So there is no part of this that can totally depend on human knowledge. Okay, so I see okay. Okay, I'm going to look at this. I'm going to address this question as soon as we're done here. Okay. Now there is a part in this first output that shared I'll say a video or a link. Let me try to open one of the links. I just copy the link. I can copy the link or open it. This is actually a course. So let's see when we get to Gemini Notebook LM. It can help us to summarize a resource. It helps us to summarize a resource. So I've copied a link. I've copied a link. Let's see what it gives us. I'm supposed to write a few things there, but it gives us a summary. It gives us a summary of what the link has. Okay, and begins to, expand on it as we go on. I wouldn't read everything here. The idea is you can use Notebook LM to get an audio overview, a video overview. You can generate reports with it. You can generate an AI interactive quiz. You can even generate a data table from your resource, flashcards, infographic, and slide decks. So remember what we said about these 3 tools. Here, you can use this as your thinking partner, Google Notebook LM as your research brain, and of course, Grammarly for your writing coach. So Grammarly itself allows you to download it as an app on your system, but also you can use it within as an extension. Okay, if you're using your browser, you can use it as a browser extension, which I already have here. When you try to create an account, it gives you that option. Because I already have it here, I can also remove it. But when you click on Grammarly for the first time, it gives you, let me go back. It gives you the option to either get it for your device, that's for your laptop, and as a Chrome extension, or you get it for your device only. That's what it is here. So just follow the prompts and you should get it for your use. Okay. I see we have some questions. We will attend to all of that as we round up. Okay, so let me do this from the chat to help us. I'll just put these screenshots. Okay. 1 minute, please. Our learning today is to guide us to use AI wisely. Remember, your certificate carries your name. The work that deliver the certificate should also do. So remember, you use AI to understand, to practice and improve. You verify every fact before you rely on it. You follow your school rules on AI use. School give rules to say, oh, don't use AI, use AI. They don't even tell you to use AI, that's the truth. Okay. But the thing is, they are not at home with you. It means that if you're going to use it, you use it wisely. Don't submit AI writing as your own work. Actually do the work. Then don't use AI. Don't let AI think in your place. You keep developing yourself as you think, as you do the work. Okay, so I think it's time for us to take questions and then we can round up the session for today.
Thank you, Coach C. Thank you, everyone, for staying through to this point. I hope we actually learned one or two things. For me, I learned a lot. Now, myself and my AI tools will be partners in preparation for tests, for examinations, for assignments. I will ensure I use it wisely, and AI won't replace my God-given brain. So please, if you have questions, drop them in the chat box. I'm seeing a question already. Yeah, my exams are in a few days, and you have just helped me sincerely, man. Yeah, well, do I have Coach T could help Chinelo Chikize? All right. Um,
So let
Coach
me
Ma.
run through the question. Let me run through the question and then
Um,
answer them. Yes. So the question on the loop, I think that we have maybe addressed that. But there's a follow-up to say, I like the for-loop approach because it maps closely to how we build reliable software. This brief is essentially requirement engineering. The draft is implementation, refinement is iteration based on feedback, and verification is testing. Absolutely correct. Thank you for that. Now, the question is, how do we make the verification loop rigorous when AI is generating the content itself? In other words, what independent sources of validation criteria should we use to inquire that we are not simply asking AI to verify its own output? Thank you so much. I think this takes us, because this is for academic excellence, this actually takes us to, how research is done. And how research has been done over the years. Now, when you go to a platform like Google Scholar for those in academics, you see published work, published journals. There are other journals, verifiable journals, where this work has been published. And for work to be published, it means that they've gone through series of reviews. There are experts who review this work. Now, academic research also is rigorous. It's rigorous. So instead of relying on AI to verify its own content, you take the time, even the pain, if you call it so, to go and look for resources that are verifiable, that talk about this topic. It will take some time to run through it, but you can practice really going through quickly to understand. So even in your academic work, take the time to read through journal. That's where literature review comes in. Okay, it's literature review. So you go through published work, resources that have been published over the years on that topic, and you find something that actually helps you instead of relying solely on AI to give you its own to refine its own generated content, so to speak. Now, the next question says, as universities increasingly recognize the use of AI in education, where should we draw the line between legitimate AI-assisted learning and academic dishonesty? And how can students demonstrate that AI has enhanced their work rather than replace their own intellectual contribution? This is very valid question. You see that, I think this is also the reason why we are doing this, because we recognize that, even if schools are resisting it now because they feel like, oh, it makes our students duller, they can't really they can't take away the fact that AI is here. They cannot take that fact away. But what we are trying to do is help students to use it responsibly, help students to use it well. Okay. And as say the professors, the lecturers, they see that these people are bringing better outputs, they begin to trust it more. Now, we're never going to say it's never going to be just one-sided to say just because the universities have said don't use it, that students will not use it. Young people they are rebel by nature. So it's important that universities, say schools, they even create programs. They have sessions, seminars that help students use it better. So we are bringing out work that is enhanced, that is refined through intellectual contribution rather than just copy and paste. So I think that's a way to go. So on your own also, I think just having conversation with your own colleagues, classmates, you can begin to even share with them how you use it. You can share with them what they can do to use AI better. So we all produce good work, rather than just depend on, redundant information or using AI just like that without enhancing it. So yes, says also, how often should we use AI that our ability to reason for ourselves is not overrode by our use of AI for learning and other activities? I think same response. Every time you want to produce a work, practice it. It's very tempting to want to ask AI everything. But the truth is, it may feel like, oh, it's giving you faster response. But the danger of it is not a good thing. One, see it that it's not helping you and it's not helping others. So when you have it in mind that, okay, I want to actually be better, you take your time to do the work. There are days where you quickly want to get response, but you also need to create a time for yourself, a study time for yourself, where it is just, you actually producing work. It has to be intentional. Okay, with the fast-paced environment that we are, with everybody trying to do things so quickly, with everyone needing you to do things so quickly, it's tempting to always want to depend on it. Okay, so how often should you use AI? I would say that when you have actually sat down to do the work, and you could leverage this loop, or you can come up with something that truly works, for you as a person. So first thing, you write a brief. That brief alone is your own thinking. Now, your brief also may require some help. And that help you can find maybe doing a quick search or asking questions. You can ask someone a question about something. Okay, you may have thought of it, then ask questions, then come up with your brief. If we do that, we'll produce richer work that is not copy and paste and that can also help someone else. So I think that's how we do it. Okay. So we have someone saying, this is helpful. My exams are in a few days and you have just helped me. Awesome. Glad to hear that. And I love how you said I shouldn't use only one AI tool to work. Yes. Don't depend on one tool. Don't depend on one tool. We have shared 3. You can pick up with those 3, but do not depend on one tool. And yes, please. You can always stay in touch. You can keep learning with us. We have what we call the Scholar Sync, an AI study assistant. And you can join the early access list today. It's coming soon, actually. We can join the early AI assistant today. And maybe when you're catching this recording, you should be able to access it right away. Then we also have for individuals ready to earn the AI capability sprint. This is 4 weeks where you build real AI skills and turn them into a steady way to earn. Then for professionals, employee excellence, workforce readiness, we have our monthly sessions. You can join our next session. This is something that is helping to improve us, Learning is not a one-time thing. And just because you are no longer in school does not mean you should stop learning. And one of the key things I also wanted to add for anyone who feels like, yeah, you're welcome. So anyone who feels like, oh, I need to, become visible and valuable, we actually have a 30 days walkthrough where every day for 30 days, you get to position yourself well. Remember, before people go and check, before they even look at your CV, before they talk to you, they want to check you out online. So you can start building a positive footprint online now. That is available for you. And then you can also bring Tiva Creative to your organization. Let's say you're working or you know an organization who could use our programs, school, church, or workplace. We have programs, the AI emerging technologies for business leaders, the digital customer experience, loyalty, and growth, and building a digital first culture in legacy organizations. So if you're interested, send us a message and we will talk. And we tell you to start now. Don't wait till next week. Start now. And my team member, they're going to drop this link in the chat so you can go read up our insight for the months. Okay, so we have others there, but you can read that insight for the months. Thank you so much. Please keep in touch with us. Keep in touch. Training is an important part of what we do. And if you have your communities or you know any community that, could use our service, please do not hesitate to let us know. And we'll keep growing and building. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to hand over to Okpe to bring the session to a close.
Hi everyone, thank you Coach T for answering our questions. I trust we all had a great time here. So do well to follow us on our social media platforms. Do well to engage with our products, social media platforms. The other wife is live on Google Play Store. So it's a mobile enabled app where home chefs actually enlist their meals and get customers in their neighborhood just blocks away from your home, where you can actually order meals, homemade meals, just the way you want it. The spice level, your allergy, everything will be put into consideration by our trained and certified home chefs. So, looking forward to seeing you in our next AI training. Have a great weekend, everyone. So, I dropped the WhatsApp link and the link to the insight for Tiva Insights for the month in the chat box. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much, everybody.